And our final selection here in the main stage, before we head over to the chamber orchestra for a moment, is Wolly, Doodle. And this basically features everything they've learned so far. When we start with the instruments, we just need to learn how to hold them, and we learn how to hold the bow. We start mixing elements. Then we learn our open strings, then we learn the notes on those open strings. We learn the notes on the open strings, then we learn how to read the notes on those open strings, which is what you heard, D, E, F sharp, and G. We work our way up to reading all of the notes on the D and A string, and they're actually further along in the book than what we're performing tonight. They've already begun learning the notes on the other strings on page 26 and 27, as we begin to have previews of what we do in the second semester. In the second semester, they finish this book. They go all the way through page 37. They work on their super stringer packet, which is actually a second-year orchestra curriculum, but because Castellera moves so quickly here in this accelerated beginning class, they do the second-year orchestra in the second semester, and then they don't even take the whole semester to finish that, and then they dive into the Suzuki Method book program, and they do book 1 of the Suzuki Method. So they learn a lot about how to hold their instruments and all the technique involved to play them, and you can see that in only basically 10 weeks of playing, going from the sounds you heard when they first brought them home to here tonight, the amount of improvement that they can do when it's very specific and when it's very guided. Before we play Wolly, Doodle, I'd like all of the TAs, and most of them are over in the chamber orchestra, before you clap for them, if they would just stand for a moment, let me tell you a little bit about these individuals. So you probably heard about the TAs, and the TAs are always walking around through the classroom. They're doing all the things that I wouldn't be able to do because the class sizes are 58 and 62. These are big classes, and the TAs help them with tuning, help them with rosin, tightening their bow, loosening their bow, putting on their shoulder rests, making sure they understand where they are in the books, helping them with their left hand posture, their right hand posture, making sure they have a good contact point, being just a positive and kind role model. They do all of these things every single day for your kids. They're incredible 8th graders. I'm so proud of the work they've done. A big round of applause for these wonderful kids. Thank you so much. These TAs, we get them through December, and they'll be working hard to continue to help them, and then we have a new batch of TAs, and what's exciting about that is that now the beginning orchestra gets to help train those TAs to be young educators. These TAs grew up with the orchestra, now the orchestra gets to give back and help the TAs understand what it means to support one another, and that's always a really, really special thing to see because now the beginners become educators as well, which is always great and makes the community that much stronger. So here is Wolly, Doodle. I'll play the introduction, you'll see them snap into attention, and we'll play our way through.